Hello again, and welcome to the next segment, Canvas Stretching, with John Deal. Stretching a canvas doesn't require a lot of tools. A staple gun, staples, a knife or scissors, and a pair of canvas pliers if you like. I'm using a JT21 staple gun. To load this model, depress the staple pusher and pull it slightly down. The spring should push it out. If you don't have any staples in the chamber, you can go ahead and load it. Typically, this will hold one row of staples straight out of the box. Provided that the strainer I built in the last video is straight and true, it should be relatively easy to stretch my fabric taut and without buckles. I'm using linen because that's what I had on hand. It's more pliable than canvas, and this particular fabric is thinner. That just means that I need to be more gentle with the fabric. I want to cut the fabric down so it's more manageable and will fit the strainer better. Leaving between 3 and 4 inches on all sides will give me enough fabric to grip and staple to the frame. I'll cut where I think it's right, and then rip the fabric straight with the weave. Let me see if I can sketch what I'm doing while I carry out the work. Here's a quick little sketch of our frame, and away we go. It doesn't matter which side you start with. Pick a side and put 3 staples in to anchor the fabric, then flip to the opposite side. I'm going to pull gently on the fabric to make it taut and put 3 staples in. I'll move to an adjacent side, and while pulling on the fabric, I'll anchor this side, and then I'll move to the opposite side and do the same. Once all the sides have been anchored, I can move on. We'll start in the middle, working the fabric to the right. I'll only put in a few staples at a time, focusing on keeping the fabric taut. Space them every 1.5 inches or so apart. I'll switch to the opposite side, then the adjacent, and then the opposite from that. I'll keep going around the frame, working the fabric towards the right corner. Once we are within a few inches of the corner, we'll switch and work it to the left. We need to leave some room so we can fold a nice happy hospital corner in there. The key with stretching canvases is to make sure that you're always working the fabric towards the corners and you're keeping it taut, not tight. If you stretch the fabric too tight at this point, it will get even tighter when you gesso it. This can cause torsion, skewing, or it could even break the frame. If, while you're stretching, you notice any buckling occurring, pull the staples and work it out. I'm going to slow it down a little so you can see how to make those happy corners I've been talking about. Okay, the corners are another thing altogether. Pull the fabric out at the corner and then tuck in the excess. You'll now have 2 folds. Lay the inner fold down, and then with the main fold, you'll be able to roll it towards the corner. When they match up, you can lay this one down also. I usually pull it slightly back from the edge so that it's a little less noticeable from face on. Here's a little tip. Try to orient the folds on the same side of the canvas. For example, if your painting will be oriented portrait style, try to orient your hospital corners on the short side so that they are on the top and the bottom. They will be less visible by the viewer and won't read as an element of the work. Of course, do the opposite for landscape orientation. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to know more about the technical world of art, like and subscribe.